Hey everyone, it's Joe, the 50-something Dasher, and you're watching another installment of my DoorDash daily recap video. Every offer, every delivery, every adventure. Let's break it all down right now. All right, guys, this is the DoorDash daily recap for Tuesday, May the 14th. And like I said in yesterday's video, so glad, so relieved to be back dashing today. Like I said, breath of fresh air. So let's get right to it. Start time for today's dash was 6:48 a.m. Didn't wait too long for my first offer. Here you see $5.75, just under 7 miles. Wendy's. I went ahead and took this just to get out and get rolling on an order. So I was anxious to get on an order. So had it been like $2, 8 miles or something stupid, I wouldn't have. But this is within the realm of sanity here, so I went ahead and took it. Just a standard pickup and delivery. No other further notes here that I had for that order. And then so it's 7:27, shortly after dropping that first order off. I get this $8 6.6 mile Jolly Pirate. I took this because you see the pin location for the customer is near the Meijers. I'm right at the Jolly Pirate, and I was gonna be heading to Meijer anyway. That was my direction of travel. So now I get this order, and for my drive over there, now I'm getting $8 out of it. So this was a no-brainer here. I take this and get to the Jolly Pirate, and I cringe when I see the list here because of two things: the mocha and the bagel. So this mocha, they make their drinks like this by hand. This isn't Wendy's or McDonald's where they have the frappe machines, and all these are a Jolly Pirate. They're made by hand, and they put in each individual ingredient. It's kind of time consuming. The bagels, they got this little toaster that looks like it's 89 years old or something, and they run the bagels through this toaster. That takes like 3 or 4 minutes. I was like, how long is this going to take me? But fortunately, I got in there. The lady said had already started on the order. I took a picture of the my stopwatch when I finally got the order. It was 7 minutes, so not too terribly bad here. Go and drop that off. Here's the pay: $2 and a $6 tip. So, and now I'm back over in the Meijer area where I want to wait for my next order. Kind of sat there for several minutes. This delivered an apartment complex. I just decided to sit right there in the complex. It's just right across the street from Meijer. And I sat there several minutes. I wasn't getting anything. I decided to turn on Uber. And for the next few minutes, I had both apps on, wasn't getting anything. And then, so finally I got a 6:25 Meijer going 5 miles. I declined this. This had zero tip written all over it. I mean, I don't know that I've seen, that I can remember a Meijer order paying this low amount. The dollar stores, sometimes I'll get offers, $5 and less at the dollar stores, but not any of the super centers or the bigger grocery stores. I mean, they're usually bare minimum $7, $8. So this one, even though it's only 2 items, I'm going to decline this because I shouldn't have to wait too much longer to get something better. So that was at 8:09. Next screenshot. So I waited 5 minutes and I got a better order. $5 McDonald's. For this, I'm only going 2.5 miles. So easy as can be. Went ahead and took this. This went to I've talked about this place in past recaps. It went to a nursing home that's right in the middle of a residential area. And I've been there probably, gosh, at least like 7 or 8 times before. And finally today, it was a miracle. I recognized the address right from the start, and I couldn't believe it. Looked at the address, looked at the instructions. This is the nursing home that's in I delivered a few different nursing homes, but this one is, like I said, in the middle of a bunch of homes. Recognized it right away. Thank you very much. So I knew what I was doing this time. And because at this particular location, like I have several different spots in my zone where I don't have a good cell signal, but this particular customer, it's very, very concentrated. Like I have signal on the street, but as soon as I just turn into the driveway and pull up to the front door, no signal. It's weird. It's like I said, it's the most like concentrated, like small little spot in all of my deliveries that I have an issue like that. So I knew that when I approached, I turned on the street, and it's just, just a little residential street. I turned onto it, stopped the car right away. This is a hand to customer order, so I sent my message that I was there and about to get out of my car. Then I continued on, pulled into the parking lot, and did the delivery. Come back out, drove back onto the street, sent my second message, and 1, 2, 3, and I was off. So hopefully going forward, I keep, when that address comes across, I keep recognizing it like I did today. Sometimes I don't. And then I get there and drive all the way into a place, and this is that place. You know how it is if you got other stuff on your mind. So next after that was a 1555 8-mile Meijer, 12 items. This doesn't seem too bad. This is going to the other end of zone, but still in zone. So let's go ahead and take this. This was a little tricky, not too bad, but I took a look at this list. I just kind of, a lot of times when I pull up a list like this and screenshot it, I just kind of like glance over it for a few seconds. I don't spend a lot of time analyzing this, but this looked to me like just a straight up grocery shop. But it wasn't. There was actually, surprisingly, 3 of these items were on the other side of the store. And the item at the top of I just saw like bags or whatever when I was glancing. I just thought it was trash bags. But no, this is for lawn and garden area, and I missed that when I first glanced at this. And then I took a screenshot of the other 2 items. This chapstick, that's other side of the store, HBC, and then the drink in the middle of the picture here, that is actually in the produce area. So I shopped for a couple things on this list in produce, or up at the front of the store. It was the I think there was the chocolate muffins and the bananas. So I got those 2 things. This drink was right up in that area too, but initially I thought it was back the other side of the store with the other, like, ocean spray and all that kind of stuff. So no big deal. I was at the back of the store. I came back up to produce, got that, went over to HBC, I had to substitute the chapstick, and then the lawn and garden bags, those weren't too hard to find. And so the shopping time, look at this, even with that little difficulty and a little bit of backtracking I did and everything, still had this shopped in 13 minutes out of a recommended 20. So I did really good there. And then so I go to check out, and so this was a first. This was a first for me today. In my market. I don't know if DoorDash is doing this across the board or whatever, but for the very first time, prompting me to take a photo of the receipt. I know my wife has done Instacart orders before, and she has to take a picture of those receipts. I've never had to do this until today with DoorDash, but on all my shopping orders today, had to take a photo. It's really no big deal, except for it's kind of rare, but I have had a couple different times where the machine doesn't print me a receipt. And 99 times out of 100, the app tells you to throw the receipt away anyway. So I just close it out and I just go. But now that I have to have a receipt, well, that on a couple orders in the future, that this may slow me up another minute or two. If there's something wrong with the machine's out of paper or whatever the issue, and I have to wait for a receipt, that's going to kind of suck, but it is what it is. But yeah, comment below if that's new in your market, or if you haven't seen this yet, or I don't know, and who knows if it's going to be permanent or not. And then here's my pay screen. Drop that off at 9:13, $9 and 6.55 tip. So start to finish from when I received the offer to drop it off, 40 minutes, making $15. So I'll take it. It's about where I want to be as far as pay to time there. Next is this was a decline. I actually had gone to the gas station. I was in the middle of pumping gas when this offer come across, and 11.50, 12 and a half miles, 16 items from PetSmart and one item from Dollar General. It is going to the same customer. Now this is the Dollar General, like somewhere in downtown Columbus. You see on the map here. So yeah, this just seemed like a little bit too much work. Is going to be too complicated going into downtown. I know it's shortly after 9 and traffic wouldn't be bad, but even still, this seemed like a lot for only $11.50. So this was a decline, a hot decline. And then I get another decline here. 12.17, almost 12 miles, going out to Obet's, 4 item Target, no thanks, decline this. But DoorDash says, wait a minute, let's send it right back to you. This time with stacking an Aldi's on it. 22 item Aldi's for now $26. And so here, I went ahead and changed my mind. Okay, I figured, well, $26. So this is going to be a big chunk of my daily goal here with one stacked order. Let me go ahead and do this, and if I could get this done before 10:45, that would be like outstanding. Before the lunch rush. So, and it's going to be easier said than done, because that 22 items from Aldi's, I could get screwed on this, people, and this could have just as easily taken me like an hour and a half to do this start to finish. But let's see what I do. And before I move on to the next screenshot, I did not notice this when I accepted the order, but for whatever reason, I thought this was 2 pickups and to 2 customers. No, this is the same customer. So maybe that Aldi's, maybe initially it was trying to send that to a driver for that zone, and nobody took it, and I didn't take the Target. So they just combined them for me. Very unusual. Never ran into something like this before. But where you see the first cart on the left, I just kind of assumed that was both pickups, and I just couldn't see the other pin location because they're like right about in the same place, and then the two pins on the right were two different customers. I looked at it too fast and just assumed something that it wasn't. But no, it's going to the same customer. So I get to Target first, and this isn't too bad. I got two things from the baby department and some itch relief spray and some kind of lightning cable. So you see here, I had this shopped in just 6 minutes, recommended 8. This wasn't too bad. Had just a little bit of trouble with the cable. There's a whole wall of different cables. So, and this one was at the very bottom. Had to get on my knees to find this one. And the nursing pads, I had a little bit of trouble with. I've never purchased those before for an order, so just a little bit of trouble finding those. But 6 minutes. I should back up. When I first went into this store, again, the self-checkouts were closed. So second time in a row I've been in that Target, self-checkouts closed. I should have asked somebody if it was, maybe this is going to be permanent for that location. I don't know. But if so, this could be a problem on future Target orders. And so I seen that the self-checkouts were closed, and there was only one open register with like 3 or 4 customers there. I'm like, well, here we go. I smell drop here. But hey, whatever. I still shop these anyway. Get up to the front. I get to the register, and what is missing here out of this picture? That's my order sitting right there, and there was no lines. I went right up to the open register, put my order on the belt, and you probably guessed it. It'd be nice if there was a cashier standing there, and there's not. So I get lucky, there's no line, and I get right up there and no cashier. So I stand there a minute or so. It wasn't too long, actually. It's about a minute and a half I stood there. And the cashier was actually over at the customer service desk, helping some other customer over there. Finally came over, and I was able to get checked out. But and then it was off to Aldi's. And when I first got the offer, and it was routing me to Target first, and I was thinking, well, I'm going to be passing Aldi's, and this is where the confusion that it was just going to one customer. Why is it having me going to Target, and then I got to backtrack to Aldi's? But I figure, well, maybe the Aldi's has a bunch of frozen stuff. Maybe I should go to the Target first, like the routing says. So anyway, after I got out of Target, it wasn't until then that I realized I wasn't going to my Aldi's. I was going to South High. Okay, I understand now. Never been to this particular Aldi's location, so I didn't know how this was going to go. So you see here, I arrived at 9:50, 22 items. There was not that many multiples. There was the 4 bananas, 2 cans of beans. I think there's maybe one other multiple that's not showing here, but it was like, 17, 18 different items. So I was a little bit concerned. On some of the frozen stuff, I had to ask somebody. I didn't see very much in the way of ice cream, and they said, "Oh, this bin right here, this is just the featured items. All the rest of it's further on down on the wall over there." So, and everything else on this list, even things that I thought were going to be tricky, like the jar of coconut oil, I found that pretty easily, and just about everything else. And look at this right here. Look at this. 10 at 10:12, I have this done. And in 12 minutes, 38 seconds out of a recommended 30. So what this was right here, this was a home run that I hit, like clear up into the top seats in the section. The ball almost went out of the stadium here on this one. That's how good I shot this order. 12 and a half minutes for a 20, what was it, 22 item Aldi order. There you see there was 15 different things to shop for. So there you go. But still, that was still really good. Dropped off the Target, took my picture, started heading back to the car. I look, and then I look, and it's the delivery screen for the Aldi's same address. It wasn't until then that I realized it was both were going to the same customer. I was like, oh, sweet. Drop this off at 10:32, $16, $3.92 tip on the Target, $6.17 for the Aldi's for the 2609. And so this took, $26. This took start to finish 1 hour, 7 minutes. Great. Outstanding. And what's even better, look at this screenshot. I wanted to get this done, hopefully, and get back to zone before the lunch hour hit. Look at this next screenshot. I took this when I just got back into zone. Look at the time there, 10:43. 10:45 is when the Chipotle opens, and that's both Chipotle and City Barbecue. 10:45 if you're going to get a catering order from either of those two right when they open, it's like right at that time. And I got back into zone right at 10:43. Couldn't have asked for anything better. But first I got a decline. This 1350 17-mile Best Buy, even though it's only one item, that's too much distance there for that. And if you're new to the channel, I'm not a big fan of Best Buy orders. I'm not a tech person. I don't know where 75% of the items in a Best Buy, like if you just give me some random item to shop for in there, like 75% of the time, I'm not going to know where to look. I don't know my way around a Best Buy store. I usually have to ask somebody for help. And so it's a lot of trouble for me. If this would have been under 10 miles, I probably would have took it, but not 17 miles. That's too far, obviously, for $13. And then I get this 2525 City Barbecue and Bibby Bop, less than 8 miles. And so this kind of seemed like a catering order to me, at least one of the two, for paying $25. You would think one of these would be like a large order, over $100 subtotal, but I guess apparently not. It has me go to, let's see, Bibby Bop. No, wait a minute. No, I think it was City Barbecue first. And the order, they hadn't even started it. And they said, I got that at 10:46. I think they said it wasn't scheduled to be picked up till like 11:30 or something. And the guy told me that they've had issues with DoorDash sending the orders out to the drivers too early. And but you see my shot of my stopwatch here. I only had to wait just a little over 6 minutes. They told me they'd go ahead and start it, and they had this done in 6 minutes. So that was pretty awesome. And then the Bibby Bop, there was no wait for that. Had this dropped off at 11.25, $3 from DoorDash. The City Barbecue, that was a $19 tip. Yeah, that had to be over $100 order. It was two big bags, and it was a meal that was supposed to feed like 14 to 16 people, I think it said. So that had to be a catering order, and it just wasn't marked that way in the offer. 5.50 on the Bibby Bob tip for 27.64. So really good order there. And next was I was that delivered to South High area, so I was coming back to Zone and get off Stringtown Road, and then here comes the lunchtime Stringtown Road declines. Here we go, 7.25, 5 mile Target, 5 items. No, I should be able to get something better. Let's decline this. Next one. And this looks like the same. Yeah, this is the same order, I think, but they stack a Bibby Bop on top of it. So, so yeah, they must have. So I bet the Bibby Bop is probably a zero tip. So it's like they just stacked that on there, made the base pay $2, and it's probably I don't know, $7. I don't know. I don't know how they did this. I don't know. I'm not going to try to do the math or whatever. I don't know. But no, I'm not going to do this either. That's stopping at two restaurants or no, one restaurant. Then I got to shop 5 items and two drop offs for $9. Decline. This one, no way. 737, 10 miles going just east of downtown Columbus. No, not taking this. And then how about a fourth decline? Here we go. 650, 5.7 mile. I mean, if I had to improve my acceptance rate, I would take something like this. But if you're new to the channel, I have lifetime platinum status by way of being selected to the DoorDash Council. So I like to try to keep my acceptance in the upper 60s. I want to try to get it up into the 70s if I can, because I do see better offers when it's at that level compared to when I've had it down into the 50s. But I don't have to keep it at any certain percentage. I could, and I'm always platinum status. So this was a decline. Then I still don't get a higher paying order, but I get a little banger, and I had just passed this hibachi place, so I get this offer, $5, 1 mile. Let's do it. Let's bang it out. Shouldn't take long. I turn the car around, go pick this up, and this customer ordered one of the most amazing things that you can have in this world. One of my two favorite drinks, along with the other one, is Jaeger and Red Bull. This customer got you see it there, a Thai iced tea. I was like, please help me. Please, control my urges here. I can't buy one for myself. Even as much as I want to, I can't have a Thai iced tea. I'm sure the sugar content would not be good for me. I pick up the order and just look at that. Look, absolutely like breathtaking that drink looks to me right now. And it said on the list of items, it just said Thai iced tea, but this is a milk Thai milk tea. And you can see the milk, the cream on the top half of the cup. I got started on these back in it was 2014 when I went to a Thai restaurant in Baltimore, Maryland, and got a Thai milk tea to drink in this restaurant, and just I couldn't believe it. The first one I ever had, got hooked on them ever since. Absolutely love Thai milk teas, with or without bubbles in them, or boba, whichever term you want to use. But folks, if you've never had a Thai milk tea, you're missing out. And I kept my composure. I delivered this to this customer, and I did not succumb to temptations and get one for myself. I even there for a little while in the last place I lived when I was single. I there for a while. I made my own Thai milk teas, and even my homemade ones were pretty good too. Okay, I gotta get off of this picture. Next screenshot. Change the subject. Okay, then I was passing the Applebee's. Just you see here, you can see my pin on this screenshot. I was just going past it when I got this offer. $7, 3 miles. Hey, I'll take it. And then screech over into the right hand lane to quickly turn into that shopping center. Had to wait, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, not that long. Had this order. What was this? This screenshot was at 11:50. Dropped that off just 16 minutes later. So $7 in 16 minutes. Can't beat it. $2 from DoorDash, $5 tip. And I'm already at goal at this point. I'm at like $100 and some change, whatever it was. When I get almost immediately later, look at this. Talk about a premium order right here. $21. Giant Eagle, taking place in zone. Only 7 items to shop. So heck yeah, all day, every day, I'm taking this. Get to the Giant Eagle just 6 minutes later. Here's the list. This all just grocery stuff. You got some pizzas here. Got a couple cans of pasta sauce. Really only like a couple areas of the store to go to. So, and then you see my time. Had that shopped in just under 10 minutes, recommended 14. It took a couple extra minutes here because I was taking some pictures of inside the store for an upcoming series I want to do for this channel on shop and pay orders. So I'm thinking about doing a green screen, and with the background being a grocery store background behind me. And so I was trying to take pictures like and I could only get 2 pictures of like a down an aisle way with no customers in the picture. I only had 2 quick opportunities because the store was fairly busy, but I fortunately was able to get 2 pictures. I go up to the front to check out, and more often than not, they only have 1 register open. I can't use self-checkouts at Giant Eagle. There's only 1 register open, and here you go. Probably got 1 customer hidden, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then me. I'm like probably 7th in line here. But in the past, situation like this, I just leave that cart right where it's sitting, and I, walk out, drop this order. But this is paying over $21. I figured even if I don't, this could be my last order of the shift. I'm not in a real hurry to get home. I'm starting to get a little hungry, a little tired, but I'm not in a huge hurry. So I'll go ahead and wait. It might only take 15, 20 minutes, so we'll see. And the lady in front of me in the pink jacket, it's an older lady, and she, at one point, she turned around and saw my basket, and she was like, "Or what are you having some kind of pizza tasting party or something?" And I was like, "No, this isn't my stuff. It's a DoorDash order." And I was talking to her for a minute or two while we were standing in line, and she was just asking me about DoorDash and how it worked. The very, very basics. Like, it sounded like she had never placed like a delivery order on one of these apps before. So how does it work, and like how is the order paid for, and that type of thing. The very, very basics. So I showed her on my app. I showed her my dashing app, and now there's another one for customers. I said, yeah, a customer just gets on and places their order, pays for it. There's fees in the amount that they're charged, and that's what goes to me, yada yada. And just a really, really nice lady. And she told me about like one of the deals that she got on her shopping. She got like two large side items, and for purchasing that, you got a free rotisserie chicken. I told her, hey, you can't beat that. That sounds like a really good deal. And just a really, really nice lady, striking up conversation with me. So I really appreciated that. You do still run into nice people in this world. They're not everybody in this world is somebody that's going to get on their smartphone or their computer and leave kindergarten insult comments towards YouTube content creators. There's also, in addition to that, nice people in this world, and this lady was one of them, and it helped to kill this time that I spent in line. And so at 12:29, I didn't have to wait too long because they opened another register. So thank you very much. So the lady in front of me, I let her go first into the new register. I got behind her, and so the next screen is when I checked out at. So I checked out at 12:33. So what time was, so I was done shopping at 12:24, and checked out just 9 minutes later. I checked out. So I didn't even wait 10 minutes. So worked out good. So I could have easily just, left that basket and dropped the order. But no, I stuck it out, and it worked out. Less than 10-minute wait. Great. And then, so here's the delivery 16 minutes later, $7.50 from DoorDash, $14 tip for $21.50. This took start to finish, from the offer screen to drop off, 42 minutes. I made the $21.50. So yeah, made great time with this, even with that wait at the cash register. So outstanding. I'll take it. I got lucky today on some of these orders. Now I'm at a point where I'm just going to drive home, and unless I get something on the way home, I'm just going to get home, log off, and I was good with the amount I had at that point. I did get one offer on the way home, $6.50, 10.6 mile Jolly Pirate to downtown Columbus. It's like these people, the customers that are like in the downtown area of a major city ordering from the suburbs. And it's kind of like common sense. You know what you're asking a delivery driver to do coming from the suburbs. driving 8 to 10 miles or whatever into a downtown area, and you're not gonna tip for that, or you're just gonna tip like $2 or $3, knowing what's involved. There could be tricky parking wherever this customer is that I have to deal with. I could have to, for all I know, I could have to pay to park somewhere. I did that years ago with Uber Eats. A couple times I had to pay in a parking lot. It cost me $1 to park there, and but yeah, so decline. So I got home, I logged off at 1:01. So here's the dash summary. It was a 6 hour, 11 minute dash. I was active over 4.5 hours of that. 11 deliveries for $121.53. Only drove 79 miles to make that. So I had a really good day on miles to money. If you're new to the channel, in this market, I shoot for $1 a mile. If there is a dasher in my market that's doing $2 a mile, send me a message. I want to talk to you and find out how in the world you're doing that. Now at 3,053 lifetime DoorDash deliveries, and took a little bit of a hit on acceptance rate. Start of the dash was 67% and finished with 64%. And that is it for this recap. Like I said, I had a really good day and look forward to doing this all again tomorrow. And we'll see you then. And as always, be safe out there driving. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my other videos. A lot of good stuff, a lot of information for all things DoorDash. And we will see you at the next video. Thanks again for watching.